rant. Okay, so I'm still sweating. I don't know practice words, so laptop, get, and impromptu speech thing. This video is for those who want to do more with their life than they're currently doing. It's that simple. Full disclaimer, this video is not for everyone. I don't know who it's for, but I do know it's not meant for everyone. Some people are good. They're okay as things are, and if you're good with your life, pretty well off and happy and good with where your future is going, or happy with just going where the going takes you, keep being good with your life. Keep doing what you're doing. This video is not for you. You're happy enough. Just go. See, because this video, if I do it right, is for the people who have it in them to be a little more daring and challenge the world, challenge the quo. For those who maybe chasing a dream can be turned into a practical thing to do. Why? Because they want it bad enough. And there we go. That's it right there. Finally found the words. This video is for the people who want it bad enough. So because this is my video, I'm going to give it to you my way. The way I currently see it. There's no power button on these laptops. And the way I see it is probably going to change the second I start editing this video, but that's not the point. This is me at age 21 at 8 o'clock p.m. Oh my god. I'm blessed enough to be attending college with the support of my parents, almost in my final year, as I work 1 full-time internship, 1 part-time job, and 2 self-started side hustles, just to discover more about myself and about my passions, so that I can focus more on one thing come a year from now. Turn on.
It's late! It's late! It's really starts late!
I'm not going to spend too much time on this, so I'm just going to try to whip it out. Pardon me for looking down the whole time and not being centered.
It's late! Dann muss man das machen! It's really
Okay. Am I too low? Should I be a little higher? Like here? This is for the growing number of people I've talked to who dare dream about, let's say, wanting to move to Hawaii and open some kind of restaurant, to explore the world and be a travel vlogger, to study anthropology, to be a sports broadcaster, or especially for you, number 5, who I really don't know personally, but I know you've had your bouts of depression, of hating and wanting even at times to end your life, all because your parents want you to be a doctor, have a secure future, and quell your passions. All while you just want to make a living taking pictures. And forget parents, this video is maybe for those who even got themselves believing that just because it's not practical, you shouldn't do something. See, I don't believe that. And those who do believe that deeply may not gel with this video. This is one video of many I might make for those and these kinds of people. And I know there's more of you out there. Some of you don't say anything, some of you just haven't given yourself enough thought, and some of you are just procrastinating. Waiting to start until later, telling yourself, yeah, I'll start when I'm older, when I have a full-time job and some money and some stability, because right now I don't have time, or whatever the excuse may be. Right, you don't have time, because you think you're so much busier than everyone else, that you're so much better. I'm just kidding, I get it, like there's definitely not enough time in the day. But if you want something bad enough, I've seen that time can be made, really. The secret to doing more is you have to do less. Yeah, you thought there was a real secret, but no. You have to do less. Like literally, do less things. Less of something. Less Snapchat stories, less movies, less spending time staring at your computer screen or phone or tablet or television screen. Maybe even just less time eating. Because here's the thing, There's two key differences I see between you, and you is hypothetical here, and the people your age who are going to have made $1 million 5 years from now. For the first thing, you have 24 hours. Also has 24 hours. Maybe you're trying to bite off more than you ought to be chewing. He's also actually trying to bite off more than he can chew. But the things that you guys are biting off, the things you're chewing, are different. See, he doesn't chew going to hang out with his friends after work. He doesn't really stop work, actually. Similarity here is that you both just have 24 hours. Both, though, fit a lot of different things into those hours. The key thing is that he uses his hours a little bit differently. And these are just examples anyway. The point is, everybody has time. Especially if you're just comparing one student to another student, one parent to another parent. They both have time. You've just filled them with obligations and responsibilities. Now, if you want to do more, if you want more from your life, you have to do more. So hey, if you work 9 to 5, go to the gym, have an online class afterwards, I get it. But I'm just saying, you can complain about it all you want, but you're still just going to have those 24 hours, and you're just filling a little part of it with complaining. I wouldn't do that, although I do sometimes. 24 hours, every day, all you have is that much time. Remember that. So if you really want to do more with your life, you're going to have to communicate to those who you have responsibilities and obligations towards. Say, hey, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna have to allow myself to do slightly poorer in school so that I can focus a little bit more on some extracurricular things. Is that okay with you? If it's not, say, okay, fine, I won't, and then do it anyway. Say, hey, manager at work, I'm gonna have to leave work 5, 10, 15 minutes earlier every day so I can get home in time for this class I'm trying to take. Are you cool with that? Hopefully he is. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to make it work. The thing here is to stop complaining. The thing you have to change or realize is you have to want it bad enough. That changes everything. That's a game changer. Again, don't get me wrong, sometimes we don't have time for the right reasons. But the second you're using I don't have time as more of a complaint, you're caught. Because, and of course, this is just my opinion, but hey, if the sentence, I don't have time, comes into your vocabulary, the second you're using it as an excuse to yourself rather than an apology to someone else, I think you might be at risk. Don't give excuses to yourself. Because no one I know that uses, I don't have time as an excuse is necessarily living healthy. And this brings me to number 2. The second difference, they believe and believed that they can do anything if they put their mind to it. You might be scared to even put your mind to it. Too risky. Let's go back. The moment I started out this video and I woke up, went into my bathroom, was I grabbed my remote from my bedside and opened my blinds. In this new house we've moved into, a few of the blinds rise automatically when you press a button on a remote. And it made me think. It made me think about how differently I had grown up from that, and how unnecessary these automatic blinds were. But then the bigger thing hit me, and I got scared. I realized that as little of a thing as they were to me, so many people are working towards these blinds, towards having, towards wanting. Yes, the blinds are a metaphor. For wanting the nicer car, for wanting a bigger house, for going down the path of wanting things external. Which is okay to do, but some of these people are just wanting the external and pushing aside, ignoring, or even not realizing that there are things that they want internally. Things that they're not giving the time of day. Literally, if you audited their day, no time is being spent working towards that thing. So many people I've seen in the chase for money and security forget that happiness and fulfillment are equally important. Now don't get me wrong, it's okay to want things and have goals. It's even okay to chase money and security. But this video is more for the person who is chasing money and security while risking happiness and fulfillment. I think that's a little bit unbalanced of a mindset and approach, and I hope you'll see it too. And if this video is meant for your ears, you'll know if it is, and it's not meant for everyone's. Then you'll understand what I'm saying. It's not backwards, but it is a little bit dangerous. You don't chase money and security while risking happiness and fulfillment. That's not a great formula for success, depending on how you define success. I'm not saying that you instead go ahead and risk your money and security and chase happiness and fulfillment. No, it's not necessarily a recipe for success either. I wouldn't necessarily drop out of school, quit your job. No, definitely not yet. Don't risk that security until you've demonstrated results to yourself, to the world, to the market, to whatever it is you're trying to do. Unless you're old, you have resources to fly solo for 5 years, go for it. But as with most things, I think there's a middle ground to be found. So find your middle ground. I don't know what that middle ground is. It's probably different for everyone, and it's not for me to answer. And I don't want to profess to have all the answers. But I'm sure you understand what this is. Sometimes it's easy to realize, I don't know the right answer, but that's definitely the wrong one. And this is why this whole conversation began for me. I noticed something. People like to do and chase what's comfortable in life, or what brings them comfort, or what creates comfort. And I'm talking about both tangible and intangible comfort. Conveniences, for example. I notice people are risk averse. Means they don't like to take risks. Maybe because taking a risk has a chance of failure, and people don't like failure. It's not comfortable. They grew up being told, be successful, but more than being successful, don't not be successful. Don't fail, not even a little bit. B+, B-, C+, C-, bad. So I can see why starting on a passion, spending 3 months of your life on a side project, and then stopping just because you lose interest or it doesn't work out, you're viewed as a little bit of a failure during that time. Man, if I spend 3 months of my life on anything, I don't see it as a waste of time. I'm on top. Do you know how much I'll have learned if I spend 3 months doing one thing? And how little you'll have lost in comparison. But think about that, how little you'll have lost in comparison to what you'll have learned, even from failing. That's one of the biggest ways to learn. Mindsets, man, it's just mindsets. So you grow up thinking success is important. That part's obvious, but beware. There's a chance that being successful is not as important to you as avoiding failure. Be cautious of that, because there's a chance that being successful is important to you, but avoiding failure, not taking risks, playing it safe is more important to you. And it can be good, but it can also be bad, so just know it. The point of this video is for you to think, I guess, and it's also for those who already know. And the danger here is that success becomes defined with comfort and security in mind.
It's 8:15.
With low risk. Maybe it's because that's what your parents did, because it allowed them to create this life for themselves where they could raise you the way they did. And if that's the train of thought we're going to choose right here, then the part where fear sets in is essentially saying, hey parents, you did great and I respect that and everything, but I'm going to completely disrespect the way you did things and go do this other thing my way. Hopefully you don't take it personally, peace. But see, I think there's danger in fearing that. I think you should be encouraged to do things another way, because that's the way you learn. And if you get the right mentors along the way, you don't even have to fail that much. All you're doing is taking a different path. Back to the blinds. I think one of the hardest things here is the safety net. The safety net of your parents, your full-time job, your college degree, the job you're guaranteed after college, whatever it is, the safety net is dangerous. Because the easier you think you might have it in the future, the more this could matter. You see, some people are chasing that safety net. And don't get me wrong, this approach that I'm suggesting isn't for everyone. If you let yourself just have an okay job, you're still safe, because you can still afford food and a house, education for your kids, and then use the weekends as an escape or a recharge time. And people like feeling safe, having enough. It's a fantastic approach to being average level happy. The thing is, I don't do average level happy. It doesn't work for me, it feels super wrong. To imagine a life where 5 out of 7 of the days of the week I tolerate and the other 2 I have to kind of live, then I have to go back to tolerating it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't want to have to escape from my job, to have to have an escape from my everyday life. I mean, yeah, I'll still have to go on vacations because chasing things you want to do isn't easy. But I want my vacations to augment an awesome life, not be an escape from an average one. And if I chase things and fail, I'll have failed knowing that I tried. But I'm not going to stop trying, so it doesn't even... I prefer a life where every day I'm doing something that I enjoy. It makes me feel like I'm pushing the needle. My needle. I know it sounds fantastical and not feasible and not practical, and I don't want to say I'm going to achieve it, but I definitely still want to try. And this isn't to say you don't need the safety net. The safety net is very important. But so many people chase the safety net, but forget to at the same time chase the risky bet that they've always known they wanted to do. This is for those people who have that, who have the other thing that they want to do. The backup. Finding the thing you might want to do but currently is too risky to invest into full time. You can find a way to chase it, to implement it into your life. And back to the blinds again. When you have an end, be a doctor, get a job at Google, when your end is achieved, you might start to want nice things. Something blind-like. And that's okay, I'm not saying it's wrong. But this video was originally made, the one that I said yesterday that I would make, that I fast-forwarded through, just to say beware. Beware, because the people who chase blinds, who grow up with the blinds especially, if you grow up with the safety net, you usually don't have the hunger, the desperation that one usually kind of needs to have the drive to put in the work, to not get beat. The problem with the safety net approach is you don't feel the urgency, the if I don't do this, I have no other option thing, and that's why you're very likely to lose. See, I'm scared to be average happy, and for the most part, currently at least, I have the drive. And this is why, whatever safety nets I do have, I view and try to use them as an advantage. Don't be crippled by your safety net. Don't allow it to let yourself settle. And I've seen this with adults a lot, where they'll have something they'll want to do, and then they'll let 10, 20, 40 years of their life go by, and then be like, I never did that thing I wanted to do. And they die with that regret. Most of the regrets that people have, based on research that they do on old people, are not doing things, not things they have done. No one regrets having said that rude thing to that one person. People regret not having chased that one thing, not having said hello to that one girl. People regret the no's. And if that's the reason you need, just do it so that you don't have regrets. If that's all the reason you need, just do it so you don't have regrets. Some people are just looking for permission. Use this video as your permission. Go. I don't know what it is that stops people from doing the things they want to do. Usually either time or something else, I don't know, but just do it. There's this danger to growing up having stability or having the comfort of and the safety net of, if I don't accomplish what I need to accomplish today, it's okay. If I get tired, if all of a sudden it gets hard, I can just go and grab a drink and relax a little bit and watch the game and forget about it or go out, and then I'll do it later. I can go watch this movie because I deserve a break right now. I worked really hard. But the hunger, the desperation of someone who doesn't have their current moment, their present situation, the way they want it to be, it's unbeatable. Because that's what takes them and makes them want to get up every day and get to where they want to be. Take that business and grow it to where they want it to be. Take their music passion and turn it into some talent and turn it into whatever they needed to turn it into. That reality where they tell themselves, everything's not okay right now, and I want to make things okay now. That's the people that really have nothing, that have the desire to win. See, when you've got something, when you're okay right now, which is where most people that are watching this are probably okay as is. They could change nothing and still be okay. I'm not good with okay, remember that. Those people, the ones who still win, are the ones who say, everything's okay enough right now, but it's not okay enough. And I want to make things that. I don't want good, I want great. Those are the people that still win. Because if you're okay with good, you're never going to make any changes, and changes are what take you to where you want to go. And that's what, for me, when people come at you from left and right with different invitations to things, come to this bar crawl, come out and just grab a quick drink with us, come play video games. It seems so innocent, and it is. But the people who have the hunger and the drive and the desperation understand that
It's 8:30.
I'll do it tomorrow doesn't come. The people that understand that I'll do it tomorrow turns into I'll do it tomorrow, they know they can't afford it. That's the problem with growing up with the blinds that automatically go up. That's the problem with the safety net. You may think you can afford everything, to afford to waste your time, to lose your time, to give it to other people, to spend it in ways that don't take you to where you want to go, that you can afford to keep and maintain the habits you have in your life, that keep you where you are, that keep you planted, your feet like a tree. You're not a tree. Listen to that quote. If you don't like where you are, change it. You're not a tree.
Tell me, where are you now that I need you?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm scared of. And that's why every day I try to kind of push, not allow myself to have that time. Because I feel that urgency. I feel some desperation. Because I don't think I'm going to get it. I know that if I live the way I'm currently living, spending my time the way I'm currently spending my time, I'm not going to get it. Someone else is going to beat me there, and I'm just never going to get there. It doesn't matter if someone even beats me. I'm going to beat myself, and that's not okay. I'm going to keep myself down, and that's not okay. You're probably your greatest enemy. And if you're training to be a student, an employee, that's the life you want to have, where you go to work Maybe you have a job you might not enjoy, but you're okay with it. You go 9 to 5, and then you're tired and drained, and you come home and kind of re-energize, watch TV, and sometimes, once in a while, have times for the things you enjoy. If you're okay with that, that's fine. If you're not complaining, and if you're not going to complain in the future, if you don't anticipate that, there's no point to any of this. You're good. But if you want more, you gotta put it in. You gotta put the work in. And that's the scary part. Because most of us, we're not trained for it. We're trained to think, it's okay, you're allowed to enjoy the things you want to enjoy. You're allowed to spend time doing the things that you want to do in the short term. And you don't think about your long term. The short term is it's better, right? It's more pleasing to go and hang out with that one person, not disappoint them, than to disappoint someone, make them think you don't want to make time for them, and be working on your own stuff instead, when you're technically not busy. We're trained to think, it's okay, you'll get it eventually, and then eventually comes, and you're like, why don't I have it yet? Don't let eventually come. Spend 15 minutes a day on it if that's all you can afford. If that's all you got, it'll add to something. But if something inside of you says you want to go to Hawaii and sell coconut water, start putting in the work today. Start putting in the thought today, then start putting in the work to learn, to do, and then start positioning yourself to be in a place that might take you to Hawaii, to get a job that might end you up there. And then you're in Hawaii and you can start a business on the side. Start thinking. And more than that, start using a calendar. If you are in a position where you're lucky enough to know that you want something for sure, you're lucky. Get out a calendar, schedule 15 minutes on it every day, and put in that 15 minutes of work. You'll get there. Maybe not, but you might. So that when 10, 20 years from now, you've got the reality you wanted, you can go back and show a hater. Look, I put in the work every day from age 19 to 38 to create what I've created today. Don't let eventually come. And this applies to you even if you're 55 and you've already let eventually come. Eventually, you might be 88 and let the bitterness take over your mindset. Don't let that happen. You've still got time. Eventually comes, still. Even when you're 55, you have an eventually. That or death. Don't let eventually come. Start tomorrow. I'm just kidding, start today. If y'all didn't get that message by now, you're hopeless.